Okay, I got a great life, but
Yeah.
you know, I didn't get to be a child. I mean, I have a great life, but my innocence was taken. If I wish that I wouldn't have been abused, but God's worked things out.
Ever wondered how Joyce Meyer, the famous preacher and author, manages to travel in style? While most of us are stuck in regular flights or long road trips, Joyce has a secret way of moving around that matches her status. From a private jet to luxurious residences, her travel choices have sparked plenty of curiosity and controversy. Want to know more about the hidden side of Joyce Meyer's travel lifestyle? Stay with us. From a troubled childhood to a global ministry. Joyce Meyer's journey from a troubled childhood to becoming a global ministry leader is nothing short of extraordinary. Her life story is a testament to resilience, faith, and the power of transformation. Though her early years were marked by trauma, she overcame immense struggles to build a ministry that now reaches millions of people worldwide. Born in 1943 as Pauline Joyce Hutchison in South Street, Louis, Missouri, Joyce's childhood was far from easy. Her father, who returned from World War II a changed man, began abusing her when she was still very young. Sadly, her mother, who was also a victim of abuse and struggling with mental health issues, did not intervene. Joyce's early years were filled with fear and pain, yet she found solace in her faith. At the tender age of 9, she became a born-again Christian, and from that moment on, her faith played a pivotal role in her survival. As she grew older, Joyce faced more challenges. Her home life became even more chaotic as her parents' struggles worsened, with her father's alcoholism and her mother's mental health issues. At 16, Joyce left home to marry her first husband, but that marriage was troubled. It lasted only 5 years, marked by infidelity, financial struggles, and emotional turmoil. It was during this period that Joyce found herself in a difficult situation. She had embezzled payroll checks to fund a vacation, a decision she later deeply regretted but eventually paid back. After her divorce, Joyce was left with an infant son and little to her name. She moved back in with her parents, only to later find herself hanging out in bars, seeking distraction from her pain. But in 1967, her life took a turn when she met Dave Meyer, a draftsman who would later become her second husband. The couple's early years together were far from perfect, with Joyce admitting that she was bitter and verbally abusive during that time. Yet, despite their rocky start, their marriage was the turning point that set Joyce on the path to ministry. In 1976, Joyce had a profound spiritual experience. While driving to work one morning, she felt a strong sense of God's calling on her life. This moment was a catalyst for change. She began to dive deeper into her faith, and, not long after, became involved in the church. Joyce quickly rose through the ranks, becoming an associate pastor at a Lutheran church in St. Louis. Her passion for teaching the Bible became evident, and she started holding early morning Bible studies at a local cafe. It wasn't long before she launched a daily radio program, which reached a small audience but had a significant impact on those who tuned in. Joyce Meyer's rise to prominence. Joyce Meyer's rise to prominence in the world of evangelical Christianity is a story of faith, perseverance, and a deep passion for helping others. From her humble beginnings to becoming one of the most influential Christian leaders today, Joyce's journey is a powerful example of how personal transformation can lead to global impact. Born in 1943 in South Street, Louis, Joyce's early life was filled with hardship. She grew up in an abusive home, where her father's alcoholism and violent behavior left deep scars. Despite this, Joyce found solace in her faith and became a born-again Christian at the age of 9. However, her early years as an adult were marked by difficult relationships and personal struggles. After divorcing her first husband, Joyce remarried Dave Meyer in 1967. It was through this second marriage that Joyce's life began to shift dramatically. In 1976, Joyce had a transformative spiritual experience that changed the course of her life. While driving to work one morning, she felt a strong sense of God calling her to ministry. This moment marked the beginning of her journey toward becoming a key figure in the evangelical movement. At that time, Joyce was not yet a well-known figure, but her passion for the Bible and helping others was evident. She began teaching Bible studies and, in 1985, she stepped down from her position as an associate pastor to start her own ministry, Life in the Word. Starting small with a daily 15-minute radio program in St. Louis, Joyce's messages quickly resonated with a growing audience. Her down-to-earth style and practical teachings made her accessible to people from all walks of life. Joyce didn't just preach, she shared her personal struggles and triumphs, making her messages relatable and inspiring. This authenticity was key to her success, as listeners connected with her honesty and vulnerability. In 1993, Joyce took another bold step, launching a television ministry. What began as a small program soon gained traction and grew into a global platform. By 1998, her show, which was originally broadcast under the name Life in the Word, was being aired on KTBU, a station owned by Lakewood Church. This move significantly expanded Joyce's reach, and by the early 2000s, her program, now called Enjoying Everyday Life, was being broadcast on hundreds of stations worldwide, reaching millions of viewers in over 40 countries. Today, the show is available in 40 languages and is one of the most widely watched Christian programs globally. As Joyce's ministry grew, so did her influence. She became known for her practical approach to Christianity, focusing on how people could apply biblical principles to everyday life. Joyce's teachings emphasized personal empowerment, healing, and living a victorious life through faith. Her message resonated with both men and women, offering hope and inspiration for those facing challenges in their personal lives. Joyce's relatable teaching style, combined with her own story of overcoming adversity, made her a beacon of hope for many. How Joyce Meyer secretly travels. Joyce Meyer is no stranger to the spotlight, but behind her successful ministry and best-selling books lies a more secretive and luxurious side of her life that has sparked both admiration and controversy. While many know her as a globally recognized evangelical leader, few are aware of the lavish lifestyle she enjoys, including her private jet, high-end homes, and luxury travels. For someone who preaches simplicity and faith, how does she reconcile this opulent lifestyle with her spiritual teachings? Let's take a closer look inside the world of Joyce Meyer's private travels and the extravagant lifestyle that has drawn both admiration and criticism. It's no secret that Joyce Meyer's ministry, Joyce Meyer Ministries, JMM, has been incredibly successful, reaching millions of people worldwide through television broadcasts, books, and conferences. But with success comes a level of wealth that many don't always see. Joyce and her husband Dave own multiple residences, including lavish homes and a sprawling $20 million ministry headquarters. However, one of the most talked about aspects of her lifestyle is her private jet. In the early 2000s, Meyer came under scrutiny when it was revealed that she used a $10 million corporate jet for her travels. The private jet, funded by the ministry, allowed her to travel across the country and even internationally, often to speak at various events and conferences. While Joyce has defended her use of the jet, stating that it helps her avoid the time and security risks associated with commercial flights, many critics questioned whether such an extravagant mode of transportation was in line with her Christian values. Some argue that it's difficult to reconcile the teachings of modesty and humility with such luxury, especially when the funds to support this lifestyle come from the donations of her followers. But the jet isn't the only part of Joyce Meyer's lavish lifestyle. Her wealth extends to her personal property as well. In 2003, the St. Louis Post-Dispatch conducted an investigative report that shed light on the high-end items found in her homes and offices. The report detailed a $107,000 Mercedes sedan, $20 million worth of real estate, and an office with furniture and artwork worth millions of dollars. The opulence included a $30,000 malachite table, a $20,000 antique commode, and an array of custom-made furnishings. While Meyer has never fully justified the high costs of these items, she has stated that these purchases are part of the blessings she and her ministry have received. Despite the controversies surrounding her wealth, Joyce Meyer maintains that she doesn't apologize for her lifestyle. In fact, she's often quoted saying, "There's no need to apologize for being blessed." She argues that her success is a result of hard work and divine favor, and that her wealth is a reflection of God's blessings. However, this perspective has drawn criticism, especially from those who feel that her lavish lifestyle contradicts the message of humility that many believe is central to Christian teachings. The controversy over Joyce Meyer's luxurious lifestyle and ministry spending. Joyce Meyer is one of the most prominent figures in the world of evangelical Christianity, known for her best-selling books, motivational teachings, and global ministry. But alongside her widespread influence and charitable works, Joyce Meyer's lifestyle has sparked significant controversy. Specifically, her lavish lifestyle and the way her ministry handles its finances have become a point of contention, particularly when it comes to the question of whether it aligns with the teachings she promotes. At the heart of the controversy is Joyce Meyer's wealth. As the head of Joyce Meyer Ministries, JMM, she leads a ministry that reaches millions of people worldwide through TV programs, conferences, and books. The ministry has been incredibly successful, and with success comes money. Meyer's lifestyle reflects the level of wealth that has come from years of ministry work, but this wealth has also raised eyebrows. One of the most criticized aspects of her wealth is her use of a private jet. In the early 2000s, it was revealed that Joyce Meyer used a $10 million private jet funded by her ministry for travel. While she defended the use of the jet, claiming that it saved time and allowed her to travel more efficiently for ministry work, critics were quick to point out that such an expensive asset seemed to contradict the teachings of humility that many associate with Christianity. The private jet wasn't the only luxury item that raised concerns. Reports also revealed that Meyer and her husband, Dave, owned multiple multi-million-dollar homes, including a $20 million ministry headquarters, lavish furniture, expensive artwork, and high-end cars, including a $107,000 Mercedes sedan. In 2003, the St. Louis Post-Dispatch published a 4-part investigative report on Joyce Meyer's finances, revealing the lavish spending habits of the ministry and its leaders. This exposé shocked many, as it highlighted extravagant items such as a $30,000 malachite table and a $20,000 marble-topped antique commode. The report sparked public debate about whether Meyer's personal wealth was justified, especially when it came from the donations of her followers. Many supporters of Joyce Meyer argue that she works hard, and her success is a result of God's blessings. They believe that her wealth is a reflection of her ministry's success, and that she should not apologize for enjoying the fruits of her labor. Meyer herself has said, "There's no need to apologize for being blessed," and maintains that she is not living a life of extravagance, but one of prosperity that comes from the favor of God. However, for critics, this argument rings hollow. They question whether such lavish spending aligns with the humility that Jesus taught. After all, Christianity encourages believers to lead modest, selfless lives, often prioritizing the needs of others over personal indulgence. Many feel that Joyce Meyer's extravagant lifestyle sends the wrong message, especially to the millions of people who support her ministry with their donations. To address the criticism, Joyce Meyer made changes to her financial practices in the early 2000s. She announced that she would reduce her salary from the ministry, which had been $900,000 annually, and instead keep royalties from her book sales outside of the ministry. She promised that royalties from books sold through her ministry would continue to go back into the ministry's funds. While this may have appeased some critics, others felt that the changes were merely a public relations move to calm the storm of controversy. Serving the needy through Hand of Hope and the Dream Center. Joyce Meyer may be one of the most well-known figures in evangelical Christianity, but her influence goes beyond the TV screen and bookshelves. While her lavish lifestyle has been the subject of much debate, her charitable efforts and dedication to helping those in need have earned her praise and admiration. At the heart of her humanitarian work are two major initiatives, Hand of Hope and the St. Louis Dream Center. These organizations have allowed Joyce Meyer to make a significant impact on communities both locally and globally. Her mission to help the hurting and broken through the love of Christ is a core value of her ministry. But it's her hands-on approach to outreach and her commitment to serving the less fortunate that truly sets her apart. Founded by Joyce Meyer, Hand of Hope is the outreach arm of Joyce Meyer Ministries. It focuses on providing humanitarian aid to those facing dire circumstances, including the poor, the sick, and those affected by natural disasters. The foundation operates in numerous countries around the world, delivering much-needed food, medical supplies, and disaster relief to vulnerable populations. One of the key aspects of Hand of Hope is its holistic approach to helping those in need. The organization doesn't just provide food or shelter. It aims to address the emotional, spiritual, and physical needs of the people it serves. Whether through offering medical aid to those suffering from illness, supporting orphans, or providing clean water to communities in desperate need, Hand of Hope seeks to bring relief in every form possible. In addition to its emergency response efforts, Hand of Hope also works on long-term projects aimed at helping communities build sustainable futures. For example, it supports programs that provide vocational training for people in poverty, allowing them to learn new skills and break the cycle of poverty. By tackling both immediate and long-term needs, Hand of Hope is helping to lift people out of despair and offer them a future filled with hope. On a more local level, Joyce Meyer's St. Louis Dream Center plays a vital role in her outreach efforts. The Dream Center is a community-focused organization located in one of the most impoverished areas of St. Louis. Established in 2000, the Dream Center provides services aimed at helping individuals and families struggling with addiction, homelessness, hunger, and poverty. The Dream Center's programs are as diverse as the challenges faced by the people it serves. One of its most impactful initiatives is its food and clothing distribution programs, which ensure that families who are struggling to make ends meet have access to essential resources. The Dream Center also runs a successful after-school program for children, providing them with a safe environment to learn, grow, and receive mentorship. Critics argue that her lavish lifestyle doesn't align with the humble teachings of Christianity, and some have raised concerns that the ministry may not be as transparent as it should be regarding its financial practices. In 2003, the St. Louis Post-Dispatch published an investigative report detailing Meyer's extravagant spending. Among the items mentioned were a $10 million private jet, a $2 million mansion, and expensive furniture and artwork purchased for her ministry's headquarters. This prompted calls from watchdog groups like Wall Watchers for a closer look into Meyer's financial practices, including a request for the IRS to investigate. In response to the criticism, Joyce Meyer publicly defended her wealth, stating that there was no need to apologize for being blessed. She emphasized that her ministry is a successful, global operation that requires significant resources to operate, including travel, office space, and employee salaries. Meyer also pointed out that much of her personal wealth comes from her successful book sales, not just ministry donations. To address concerns over transparency, Joyce Meyer Ministries pledged to improve its financial openness. The ministry promised to publish annual financial reports, undergo voluntary audits, and ensure that the majority of its board members are not family members. In 2008, Ministry Watch, a non-profit organization that monitors religious finances, gave JMM a C grade for financial transparency. Though this was a step in the right direction, some critics still question whether the ministry is doing enough to ensure that donations are being used appropriately. Joyce Meyer's response to criticism. Joyce Meyer has been no stranger to criticism over the years, particularly when it comes to her lavish lifestyle and the financial practices of her ministry. From private jets to multi-million-dollar homes, her wealth has been a focal point for both supporters and critics alike. However, in the face of this backlash, Meyer has taken steps to address the concerns raised about her salary and the transparency of Joyce Meyer Ministries, JMM. One of the key moments in this ongoing debate came in 2004, when Meyer publicly acknowledged the criticism regarding her salary. At the time, Meyer was earning a substantial income, with a reported salary of $900,000, while her husband, Dave Meyer, earned $450,000. This raised eyebrows, particularly given the nature of religious ministries and the expectations of modesty and humility that are often associated with Christian leaders. In response to these concerns, Joyce Meyer made a significant decision. She announced that she would be reducing her salary, opting to take less from the ministry. However, Meyer didn't completely walk away from her earnings. Instead, she decided to retain the royalties from her books sold through retail channels like Amazon and Walmart, while still donating the proceeds from books sold through her conferences, TV programs, and the ministry's website. This decision to adjust her salary was a clear attempt to address the growing criticism and to demonstrate that she was willing to make changes in response to concerns about her financial practices. Meyer explained that she didn't feel the need to apologize for being blessed, but acknowledged that she understood why people were questioning her wealth. She emphasized that her ministry was a global operation that required significant resources, including travel, office space, and salaries for the many people working under her. Is Joyce Meyer's lifestyle in conflict with Christian values? Joyce Meyer, one of the most influential figures in the world of Christian ministry, has long been at the center of a debate over her lifestyle and whether it aligns with the values she preaches. Known for her best-selling books, massive television audience, and charitable work, Meyer's teachings emphasize practical faith and overcoming life's struggles. However, her lavish lifestyle, complete with private jets, multi-million-dollar homes, and designer clothes, has sparked ongoing scrutiny, leading many to question if her wealth contradicts the Christian principles of humility and selflessness. Critics argue that Meyer's luxurious lifestyle raises serious concerns. They point to her extensive property holdings, including multi-million-dollar residences and a $10 million private jet. In addition, her ministry spends large sums on high-end office furniture, artwork, and other extravagant items. This extravagant spending seems at odds with the modesty and simplicity that Jesus himself taught. For many, it's hard to reconcile such opulence with the call to sell all you have and give to the poor, a well-known biblical teaching. Meyer, however, has repeatedly defended her lifestyle. She argues that there's nothing wrong with living comfortably, especially if one is blessed by God. She has stated that she doesn't feel the need to apologize for her wealth, as she believes that her success is a result of her hard work and divine favor. Meyer emphasizes that she does not use ministry funds for personal luxuries, but instead relies on the income from her books and speaking engagements. She believes that the financial blessings she receives are simply the fruits of her labor and ministry. Moreover, Meyer has made efforts to address these concerns. In response to criticism, she reduced her salary and made her financial practices more transparent. She has also insisted that Joyce Meyer Ministries is dedicated to using its resources to serve those in need, citing projects like the Dream Center and the Hand of Hope Foundation, which aim to help the poor, provide disaster relief, and offer medical assistance worldwide. Meyer's charitable work has earned praise from many, though critics argue that it doesn't fully counterbalance the perception of her personal wealth.